This is the 3-piece native, meaning native to North America, so you can grow these no matter where you live in this country. The native butterfly Asclepias live plant. 3 plants for under $20, on Easy Pay $4. That is $6 a plant that we ship for free.
Yeah,
who does that?
I know.
It's wild. $6 and change a plant that we are shipping for free. Why do you care about this? It is a beautiful plant, 1 orange, 1 pink, 1 yellow. You get gorgeous flowers for months on end. But as you enjoy those flowers, you are growing and doing your part to really help the monarch butterfly, because this is the only plant that the monarch butterfly will lay its eggs on, and it's the only plant that the larva can eat from. Without Asclepias, butterfly, sometimes they call it like butterfly weed, without it, monarchs will not exist. And
that's right.
Steph Wallen's here with us. This is really important because our monarchs are really threatened right now.
Yeah, you know, actually they have been listed as an endangered species. So if you...
I read something today that said they're predicting high probability no monarchs in 60 years if we don't do something.
That breaks my breaks my heart,
know,
absolutely. So, you know, if you take that in for a second and you consider that, the only solution, truly the only solution to help saving the monarch butterflies is growing this Asclepias, which I know Sandra is as passionate about this as I am.
I want 2 more sets today before my show started.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So as she mentioned, this is the only food source for the monarch. So what we mean by that is the monarch butterflies are going to fly around, they're going to find your gardens, and the butterflies are going to lay their eggs on the underside of the leaves. And now once those eggs hatch into the caterpillars, we all know that caterpillars get really, really hungry. They're going to eat up all of your foliage. Don't worry, because it's going to grow back. And then once their bellies get nice and full, they're going to emerge the beautiful monarch butterfly.
And the flowers will just keep going. They're really, pretty flowers.
Yes.
So, you know, the monarch butterflies have been decimated for a variety of reasons. Some of it's climate change, some of it's pesticides. Because when my mom talks about when she was a kid, in between like the cornfields, there was so much native Asclepias.
Yes.
Well, guess what? Our farming techniques have even changed,
That's
right?
right?
So that native Asclepias that you see growing wild, it just doesn't exist like it used to. Of course,
That's
like, you know, land's being used differently.
Totally.
So even if you live someplace in a very dense, like cosmopolitan area or an urban area, and if you have a little balcony, these are great in containers. Plant them. You will be rewarded with beautiful flowers, but you will also be rewarded with knowing you are helping the monarch butterfly from truly, we're not being dramatic, from like possible extinction.
Extinction, that's right. You really are doing a good thing. You're going to be beautifying your spaces, but you are truly helping Mother Nature, helping revive a population that is near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love the monarch butterflies. And at this value, what better, if you've never grown the Asclepias, what a better day to try, you know, right now, and then maybe send it to your loved ones who live across the country.
So a few years ago, and actually we're gonna take a look at this. This is what it looks like growing in your garden. It is a beautiful plant. So this is a hybrid Asclepias.
Totally
it is still Native American, so you can grow it, but the hybrid has made it, you know, Roberta Springs pretty.
Right.
You will really love growing this. I don't wanna grow the Asclepias that my mom used to run through in the cornfields, right?
Exactly.
Like, I wanna grow something pretty in my garden, but I wanna do my part. So several years ago, I ordered some Roberta's Asclepias, and I was rewarded with monarch butterflies. So we actually brought them in, kept feeding them the Robertas every day.
Yes.
And we can run that tape, and I'll show you. My husband put a time-lapse camera up in our kitchen, and this is inside my kitchen in a little butterfly. This is a monarch caterpillar eating Roberta's Asclepias, and then they go into their cocoon. Yeah, this is time-lapse. This was about a week. And then when that cocoon goes clear, that was like my Super Bowl that year. I was watching it like crazy, watching them come out, and then this is my front of my house. It's my husband's finger.
Oh my gosh.
We took them outside and let them free, and it's incredibly rewarding. Now, I always say, you don't have to do that. We did it and it was fun. But what you really should do is plant this plant, and this is a wild price. I hope you don't mind. I told this story before.
No, let's hear it.
So I was so into these monarch butterflies, and you know, I'm running outside every day, getting more leaves from my Roberta's
Counting your caterpillars.
And then I looked at it, I was like, they ate me out of house in Asclepias.
Yeah,
like, what
I know.
am I gonna do? So I ran down to the local nursery. I spent so much more money. I mean, now I spent more than then, but this $6 and change a plant.
Yeah.
I was spending like, you know, 15 bucks a plant or something like that. They were expensive.
That's right.
the monarchs ate them, but guess what? I hated that plant.
Not
and
nearly
a year
as pretty.
or two, I ripped it out and replaced it with more Robertas. And now this year, I'm growing some. Any place I have a sunny patch, I'm putting these in because, no joke, we're at critical situation with these butterflies.
You're
now.
absolutely right. This is the only solution to helping save the monarch butterfly population. And really, I mean, you're not going to just have the monarchs. All sorts of butterflies are going to come and enjoy the flowers. They're going to drink that nectar, but it is the foliage that really is so important. And I wanted to show you what it is we're sending to you. So you're going to get 3 plants, one in that princess pink, the hello yellow, and that Apollo orange.
They're pretty.
They're so pretty. And these plants, these are long-lived perennials. They can take super cold temperatures. So if there's any plant that I like to say, Sandra, every garden across the U.S. can and should be growing this because it's gorgeous. You're going to see the monarchs. You're going to help revive the monarch butterfly population.
Mine are actually coming out of the ground now, and then I'll be getting more. Yeah, just a tiny bit. I was just looking. I can just see the tips coming out of the ground, so they're starting to emerge now. It's a really beautiful plant. This picture really inspired me to plant it with even like some of my lavenders. I love that, and that's actually what I did then because of that picture. I love the pink and orange together, or
the purple and orange
together. Here's the pink.
Yeah, so this is that princess pink. As Sandra mentioned, maybe when you were growing up, you saw the native Asclepias growing wild, and you remember it not being that pretty. Well, you're right. That's why we brought a hybridized, more beautiful. We actually call this sometimes the butterfly bouquet collection because it really is absolutely beautiful in the garden. Here you see those caterpillars. When you see them, don't touch them. Let them be. They're like the star of the show.
It's the only time I've ever been happy to see my plants, the leaves get eaten. The flowers remain absolutely gorgeous though, and they bloom for months on end. They're really hard to kill. They are deer resistant. They are drought resistant. They like sun. I put them in an area that gets a little bit of shade in the afternoon and they were fine, but they really do like sun.
They do.
Now here's the deal though. In all the years that I have been pleading with you to plant Asclepias, and Steph is more passionate about this than I am, I can't remember ever seeing them at a price this low. This is $6 and change a plant, and we ship them for free. I don't know another retailer in the gardening world who will ship you Asclepias at $6 a plant and ship it for free. If I want to put these in containers.
You read my mind. Yes,
I
was just going to say, even if you don't have a garden and you just have a patio, a deck, maybe an apartment, you can grow these with success in a container. The monarchs will still find where you live.
They need you to, especially if you live in an area without a lot of plants.
Absolutely.
They have this multi-general migration that goes thousands of miles, and they are truly, and it actually matters to us. It's not just about saving them for their sakes. They are actually one of the most important pollinators in our ecosystem.
You're absolutely right.
We're helping ourselves when we help them, but really, we also really want to help them. So $6 a plant, 5 easy payments of $4. Truly a vital part of the North American ecosystem, and you can help save them.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thanks. Tell me about this warranty, because the plants also are very pretty.
Yes, so we have a gotta grow guarantee. When you're happy, we're happy. We will assure your satisfaction for our perennials, like this Asclepias, for a year from the time of shipment. So if for whatever reason your plants don't meet your expectations, give us a call or shoot us an email.
Okay, 5,300 sets have been ordered today, but our phone lines are busy. So go to QVC.com, check out. If they're in your cart, please check out of your cart. And if you do want to grow them in a container, or you want to grow anything in a container,